In our last video, we showed you how we stripped my hair using color oops. In this video, we're going to show you how I dyed my hair this dimensional copper shade after I used a hair color remover.
Because color oops worked so awesome on Tommy's hair, she really could have done anything she wanted to.
I could have even robbed a bank.
She could have even robbed a bank.
I really love dimension, so it's important to me that I see a lot of different color throughout my hair.
We decided since Tommy's hair was so light, why don't we protect some of those light pieces and use them for highlights?
I was down, so now we needed to figure out what we were going to use on the rest of my hair. What I did know was that no matter what, I wanted to use a semi-permanent or a demi-permanent hair dye.
Tommy loves copper tones, so we used Ion Color Brilliance Intensive Shine 6RC in demi-permanent dye. We bought it at Sally Beauty Supply.
Now the directions give you a few different mixing options. You could mix the dye 1 part dye to 2 parts 10 volume peroxide, or mix it 1 part dye to 1 part 10 volume. We went with the deepening option, so we mixed 2 ounces of hair dye to 2 ounces of 10 volume peroxide.
After I got set up and mixed up the dye, I was ready to dye. Well, I was ready to dye my hair. Not dye like myself.
So the first thing Tommy did, she applied it to her roots.
After the color was on my roots, I could have just pulled it through to my ends and been done with it. But what fun is that?
We decided because Tommy's hair was so light, we were going to use some light pieces as our highlight.
So I like depth at my root. So basically what I'm saying is that I don't want to see any highlights or light pieces around my face. I just feel like I don't have the skin tone for that. I'm really white.
But what she can do is have a ton of light pieces. We'll just keep them away from her face.
Working my way up my head, I started to take small sections of hair and protect them by wrapping a piece of foil around them. This will make sure that when I dye the rest of my hair dye doesn't get on those pieces and they will remain as light as they are to begin with.
You can take any size sections. The larger your sections are that you wrap the foil in, the more light you'll see. The smaller the sections, the more dark you'll see.
I chose to do a lot of little sections just because I like to see a lot of different color through my hair.
So after Tommy felt that she wrapped up enough of her hair, then she could pull the rest of the dye through her ends. But we decided to add another element to this dye job.
I wanted my ends to be lighter than my root, but I didn't want an ombre. I still wanted to see some dark pieces through the ends of my hair. So, when it was time to pull the dye through the rest of my hair, I just made sure not to pull it through to the ends on every single piece. I just did it random.
So when she was working the dye through the rest of her hair, she just stopped in random places. Sometimes pulling the dye all the way through, and other times, not.
Now what's awesome is the rest of my hair, it's still tucked away in those little foil pieces. Safe and sound.
The directions had a few different timing options, so we followed the deepening option. Tommy really wanted the hair that she was dyeing to richen up, so she processed for 25 minutes with no heat.
After 25 minutes, it was time for me to wash it. Now when I rinsed it, I had to be really careful because I wanted those little foil pieces to not fall out. Once I felt like I did a really good job rinsing the dye out, that's when I pulled those little foil pieces out. At this point now, I rinsed, I conditioned, and I was done.
Because Tommy's hair shampooed so many times after the color oops, she didn't want to wash it again. And that's okay, you could just rinse the dye out without washing it.
So after I put a heat protecting spray on my hair and blew it dry, this is what I was left with. and I couldn't be happier. I love my new hair.
A technique like this is very easy to do on yourself, and it can be done with any hair color.